Welcome back, everybody, to the Los Angeles Rams Madden NFL 24 franchise rebuilds. We are in year 11, week 10, and we're coming off a pretty brutal loss against the Seahawks. We moved to 7-2 and have taken sole first place of the NFC West. But this week, we're playing the 4-4 Niners at the bottom of this division that we defeated 46-3 back in like week 7 or something. It was our best win of the entire franchise. And I would rather get into a game against the Vikings in 2 weeks in week 12 because those games are always very exciting. And they're also 5-3 right now, and we're 5-4. So I think it makes sense to just sim a little bit and see where things go from there. But last episode, we did strike a deal with our quarterback, Jesse Wagner, who has now signed a massive 7-year contract. And he's going to have the biggest cap hit for us, obviously, year after year. So 66 starting next season, and then after that it goes up by like $3 million each year, and he's going to be under contract for 7 years after this one. We got a lot of other guys costing us money, mostly on the defensive side, like Darius Richards and Quincy Batsnight and Daniel Levy, who we've all kind of extended in the last couple of seasons. But we're probably going to lose Warren Terry either to free agency or going to bring him back on the franchise tag. Gonna think about some different restructures to do, but that would just be kicking the can down the line every single year until we are out of money officially. But regardless of that, we're 5-4, and we have not been playing, too great on either side of the ball. Like, it's been pretty inconsistent. The offense some days puts together like 4 to 5 really good drives, and then other days you get 2 good drives and that's it, and then everything else is kind of a wash. The defense, though, they haven't been the best against the pass. Like, I guess they're top 10 in terms of yardage right now. But really, when we're watching, they aren't that good against the passing game against most teams. So that has been a concern of mine for most of this season. But a big game here on the road. Apparently, the Niners are cold. They did just lose against the Cardinals, who are also 4-4. We're going to say no fear about any trap game. We destroyed this team last time, and they're going to have -5 break tackle, play rec, and tackle for this game. We are officially back in the win column, folks. A 21-14 victory over San Francisco, so we have swept them this season. Jesse Wagner, under 150 passing yards, but no turnovers for him. 18 for 26 through the air. We picked off Corbin Roberts once, did not sack him at all. And Perry Kaysen... Why did Perry Kaysen get 24 carries and Blackshear, our X-Factor rookie, only get 2? This must mean that Blackshear got hurt during this game. Hopefully he's going to be okay, but Perry Kaysen came in and did a pretty damn good job, I would say. David Jackson, 1 touchdown, 61 yards. BJ Traynor, 41 yards. And Bakun, only 10 on 2 receptions. He's been very up and down this year. So is David Jackson. Nobody in our receiving core has really been too consistent, except for, I would say, Denard McCollum. But even then, he's had a couple of off games. Got a pick from Frank Drummond. No sacks for either team. And they actually missed a PAT in this one. But we did not. We do have a new injury. Are you kidding? Our rookie X-Factor's out for 5 weeks. Oh, man. It's never easy in this series, is it? Everything comes at a cost. Every win, there's something else that brings us back down to earth. Now we got to face the 4-6 Packers, who have one of the worst defenses in the entire league. If we lose this game, I'm going to have some questions about this offense. Coming out of that game, Greg Teal said, I know we thought that we were going to win that game, but like you said, every team is a threat. Someone has to lose. Better them than us. 1,000 XP for the entire team. It is week 11, so it's super focused scouting week. So we're going to choose 3 players to look at and just get more info on. I definitely want to use it on one of these corners because I think I'm leaning towards drafting corner in the first round because we're just going to beef up this secondary. And I think our cities are fine, but at corner behind Richards, we have a lack of depth, and I think Presley is not really fit to be like a full-time number 2 corner like he's playing right now. So we'll use it on Maurice Brown and Joe Harrison, and then I want to find one other one, maybe later on in the draft to get more info on too. Maybe somebody like Eddie Roach and just see where his talent is. Now we got prospect spotlights. This is where we found Antonio Blackshear last season. And they said to keep our eyes on wide receiver Steve Higgins. All right, we'll take a look real quick at him. We have drafted plenty of receivers in this series, so I doubt we go receiver in the first round, but Higgins is only a 2 to 3 projection. He's got playmaker archetype, C catch and traffic, D catching, D release. I already don't like this guy hardly at all. Only decent to solid speed. He's not the best athlete in the world. He's got some good stuff, but I don't know, man. He's got D spec catch, D medium routes. What is this guy even good at? I don't think he's good at much of anything, at least right now. And last episode was a pretty bad one for Kevin Campbell, man. He got kind of torn apart on the left side of this offensive line, but so did Ben Farrow at right tackle. These guys got to play better going forward. There are times where they literally allow unblocked defenders multiple times a game, and it becomes a lot, like way too much. Like that really costs us several drives against Seattle, and I think that we lost partly because of it. So hopefully the offensive line plays better both this week against the Packers and next week against the Vikings. Now this is more like it. This is exactly what I wanted and expected from this team facing a really bad defense and kind of a middle of the pack offense. So the Packers fall to 4-7, and Jesse Wagner puts up a monster rating. 3 touchdowns, no INT, just below 200 passing yards. He picked off Ben Meeks once, sacked him 3 times. A much better defensive performance and offensive performance than our last week. Trey Bone at 2.4 per carry as the backup. But Jerry Barnett, the fullback, scores once on the ground. Deontay McCoon leads the game in receiving yards at 85. 55 and a score for Trainer. McCollum is racking up touchdowns, and David Jackson is back to only 1 catch in a game. He has been so inconsistent, it's actually insane. I don't know how to fix that. But all 3 sacks belong to Quincy Bannister here in this week. And Deontay Presley, as I was talking about him, he gets the pick in this one. And I don't think our kicker has missed a field goal or a PAT or any kick at all this year so far. And we got both NFC weekly awards for Wagner and Baz Knights. That's good for their development. But now we have one of the best matchups all year long. The top 2 offenses in the NFL are facing off this week. The 6-4 Vikings against the 7-4 Rams in SoFi Stadium. They're number 1, we are number 2, but our defense has been playing a lot better these last couple of weeks. Theirs has been bad pretty much all year except against the ground game. But they are number 2 in passing yards and number 1 in scoring. And as always, we got a quarterback duel against the 98 overall X Factor Mike Kopp. But now our quarterback for the first time in this matchup is an X Factor as well, Jesse Wagner. And I need him to step up in this game. If we're going to win, he's got to put together his best day of the season. The only player out today for us is going to be our running back, Antonio Blackshear, which is a pretty big hit to the offense, but we've played well these last 2 weeks without him. Hopefully Perry Kaysen can come in and do a good job on the ground. We've seen some good runs and some bad runs from him. He's been, pretty all over the place, but a big game against the Vikings. We're trying to move to 8-4 on the year. They're trying to move to 7-4 on the season. So Mike Kopp versus Jesse Wagner. Rams versus Vikings. Here we go at home. Week 12 is officially underway, and we're going to see the Rams offense first. Return brought out from just inside the 5, and it's a pretty good one from Stump up to the 29-yard line. Here we go. 1st and 10, Rams. First play from scrimmage is a handoff to Perry Kaysen. He tries to cut it back inside and gains 3. Coming off an 80-yard game on 21 carries in his last game. He's been, relatively solid, but not great in Blackshear's stead. But got to get some good holes from the offensive line, and I believe that Kaysen has the ability to do a good job here today. There's David Jackson, and he fumbles the ball on the second play of the game. We have lost so many fumbles this year, and David Jackson, who has been incredibly inconsistent, has this one punched out by Pleasant, and the Vikings are going to take over after just a handful of seconds. Wow. We fumbled last week, or not last week, but last episode against the Seahawks, and we've done it once again. You cannot make those mistakes against this good of an offense, especially against a defense that has been one of the worst across the entire league. Mike Kopp and the Vikings, though, starts just inside the Rams' 40. Unreal starts. Kopp, incomplete, knocked away by Drummond. Now they're going to hand it off. And Carlos Ruiz with a shoestring tackle on Day. They need 8 yards. The Rams bring a 4-man rush. Kopp under pressure, out of bounds. Great job by this defense. And on 4th and 8, they're going to punt instead of going for a long field goal. The turnover is not going to cost us anything. Thank God. Just going to cost us field position. All right, we're going to act like nothing happened. 9:30 to go here in the first quarter from the 16. And caught by Traynor. I'm also considering drafting tight end early in this next draft because Traynor is going to be a free agent and he has no interest in coming back. So I feel like it makes sense just to move on from him and just reset at that position. We lost David Parson last year because he was old and wanted more money than we could really give him. And I think Traynor's going to be a pretty similar story this season as well. A nice run there by Perry Kaysen gets us to the 40-yard line. Let's take care of the football in this drive, guys. Gonna go back to the air. It's stumped off. Kaysen with 4. Back to throw again. Wagner facing pressure, but he gets it on the move to Barnett. Really good throw. Thank God Wagner did not take that sack. In the pistol. Wagner, left side, complete. That's Joaquin Estes, the backup tight end, turning upfield for a first down. Now it's David Jackson in the backfield. He's got a hole and a first down inside the 20. Red zone offense for the Rams. Who down below, the 9-2 Cowboys have fallen to Philly, who are 5-6. Wagner launches and overthrew McCollum in the back of the end zone. It's also a big week for us because Seattle is also 7-4. So if they lose this week against the Cardinals while they're leading right now 3-0, and we win, then we will take first place in this division, despite losing to them a couple weeks back. Screen pass for Kaysen. He's got some room inside the 5. And hit down 3 yards shy of the end zone. It's been a very methodical drive by the Rams offense. But Perry Kaysen, as I say it, has to fight to get back towards the line of scrimmage, but he does lose a yard. Bakun top of the screen. Kaysen gets the carry, and he gets in the end zone. A 4-yard touchdown run, and the Rams strike first. That's how it's done. The Douglas PAT will make it 7-0. 11 plays, 84 yards. What does the Vikings offense have in store for this drive? Their first real drive of the game. Starting from their 27. Kopp delivers a strike, but it's incomplete. Knocked away by Deontay Presley. Gonna throw it again. It's a dump off, and they got nothing out of it. Carlos Ruiz, the tackle. You got to get 10 yards. We bring a 5-man rush. Kopp under pressure, well short of his receiver. A 1-for-5 start for Minnesota. We saw a very similar start against Seattle 2 or 3 weeks ago. Hopefully the offense can keep this going in the second half, but we're only in the first quarter here, and Wagner like always, is starting this game very hot. 7 for 8 through the air, and we're getting our number 1 wideout finally more involved. He barely showed up against Seattle. McCollum gets the dump off and only gains 2. Now we hand it off, and Kayson's got a hole, turning upfield. He broke a tackle, and now Floyd Pace is shaken up for Minnesota. We're going to throw it on 1st and 10. Wagner floats it right to Deontay McCoon, wide open. 90 yards. 10 per throw from Wagner. That was a 26-yard gain for the rookie superstar wideouts. We're back in the red zone again to close the first quarter. Wagner, dangerous throw, but Kayson breaks 2 tackles and fights inside the 5. Great work. Very impressed by Perry Kayson so far. Jerry Barnett down to the 1. On 2nd and goal, Perry Kayson sheds another tackle, but he gets across the line. Touchdown once again for the big man. 2 touchdowns for the Rams here in the first quarter. Just got to keep this going in the rest of the game. Another Douglas PAT, once again through the uprights. 7 plays, 70 yards. The Vikings start from their 22 on the last play of the first quarter. It's caught by Jefferson for a gain of 8. Now we'll close the opening quarter of this game. Rams up 14-0 already. To start the second quarter, they're going to audible. They need 2 yards for a first down. 4-man rush. Cobb flushed out. Another cross-body throw incomplete. On 3rd and 2, Cobb gets it to Jefferson. First down. The Rams show blitz. It backs off. Out to Childers. Gain of 8. Down below, by the way, the Panthers have fallen to now 1-10 after putting up 3 points against Buffalo. That pass is knocked away by Dodson. Another 3rd and short, but right back to JJ they go. They hand it off up the middle. There's some space and a gain of 9.5 for Isaiah Blake. We go right back to him. He cuts it upfield and gets the first down. The best drive so far from the Vikings. Cobb under pressure and taken down by Warren Terry. A 4-yard loss backs him up back to no man's lands. As Quincy Badland and Mike Kopp trade some words after that sack play. A first of the game. Backs him up. Play action. They dump it off. There's a flag down on the play. This might be coming back. And it is. Holding on the offense against Philip Henley, the right guard. They're back into their own territory. Blake back into ours. Long way to go on 3rd down. Cobb incomplete. Off the hands of Raheem Finch. The Rams defense is playing pretty damn well so far, and so is the offense. But Perry Kayson is stuffed on the first run of this drive. From the 21. We got some good blocking. Wagner has time, but eventually just throws it out of bounds. His 2nd incompletion all day long. And on 3rd and long, Wagner is gonna send it down the field. He's going for Jackson. It's broken up at the 15 by Tucker. That was a good throw, just a better play by the secondary. 4 wide here on 1st and 10 for Mike Kopp. And he's got Jefferson up the seam. First down up to the Rams 36. Play fake on 1st and 10. It's stumped off. And pushed forward is the receiver for a gain of 9. More play action. That one's caught in traffic. A tough grab by Gilmore. Not too familiar with him, but good catch right there against Carlos Ruiz. 1st and 10. Short throw for Jay Jettas. 9 more. 16 passes to 4 runs for the Vikings. Here's one more, and Jefferson's wide open in the back of the end zone. I guess in a zone defense, and that was a big mistake. He was just all alone. Touchdown Vikings, they're on the board. Here's a replay of that one. Just 2 defenders in front of him, but nobody actually with him. Poor defense.
The previous play is under review.
Oh wait, they just overturned the call. He was out of bounds. 3rd and 1 Vikings, the drive's not over. We can still get the stop. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Isaiah Blake loses 6. Bradley Lynch with a huge tackle for loss. What a change of events here. Wow. I mean, I thought he was in. Usually, JJ can make those sideline and out-of-bounds grabs, but instead, they're going to be held to a field goal. That is a huge difference in score. The kick is up and good. A mistake by Jefferson might cost the Vikings here. The Rams still lead by 2 scores now with the ball. 2.5 to play before halftime. That's caught by McCoon for a 1st down. Out of the warning. Wagner finds Trainer for a gain of 8. Trying to keep it through the air. Outside throw. David Jackson hangs on. We are back in plus territory on this drive. And Wagner's now in the zone for the first time in this game. Good protection. Outside throw. And complete. 2nd down. It's floated. And McCollum's got it. Just a step on Pleasant. And a great throw by QB1. When he throws a touch pass, man, it is almost always going right to his receiver. That is broken up. McCollum just got leveled. On the 23, screen pass, and Wagner tried to sidearm that one around the defenders, but no luck there. 3rd and 10. 44 seconds on the clock. They have all 3 timeouts still. Wagner finds McCollum, and he is inches shy. And we will instead settle for the chip shot field goal to make it a 14-point game again. Jefferson, by the way, is 1 good game from reaching 1,000 on the year in Week 12. That's just really impressive. That's a gain for Childers up to the 50. Can we not allow a score to end the first half like we always do? I would really appreciate that. Cobb dumps it off. It's a gain of 5. They have no timeouts left. Just don't allow more than like 6 yards. That's all we got to do. Cobb is going to step up. He's hit as he threw, and it goes out of bounds. Big 3rd down for Minnesota. And for this Rams defense. Pressure coming. Finch gets there. Number 2 for the Rams. And that's going to send us to halftime. Let's go. This defense, man. What a first half by them. The offense did not let them down, and we lead by 14 points at the halftime break. You can't really ask for a better performance against the number 1 offense. Halftime score updates. You got Jacksonville up by 7 on the Niners, 21-14 entering the halftime break. Trevor Lawrence having a really awesome first half over there. Love seeing the Niners lose that game, hopefully. The Giants, by the way, are on track to move to 8-4 just like we are. But still, both teams got to play a strong second half to come out on top of their opponents. The Raiders are in danger of falling below 500. Meanwhile, Arizona at Seattle, it's a pretty tight game. And hopefully the Cardinals can come back and win that game and give us a shot to take sole first place in the NFC West. We'll see about that, though. Second half starts now. Out comes Mike Cobb in this Vikings offense. A relatively quiet first half, I would say, for him. Almost had a touchdown, but got called off because JJ stepped out of bounds. They start from their 32-yard line. And they go right to Jefferson. Gain of 5. They're stacking the box on second down. They're going to throw it. Flushed out his Cobb, and he almost got it to Mims. But it's broken up by Richards and George Vance. Can we force a 3-and-out? We bring 5, and it's incomplete. Throw it right to Presley. Tight coverage. All right, so a 3-and-out forced by our defense. What can the offense get us to open this third quarter? Our quarterback is still in the zone. And we're going to hand it off to Perry Kaysen. A delayed run, and he only gets a yard. Through the air, quick throw. Trainer hangs on after taking a big shot. And on third down, Wagner has good protection. And it's batted away by Pleasant. He's been all over the place in this game. So 3-and-outs forced by both defenses to open this second half. And the Vikings start pretty much where they were to start their last drive. From their 34. 3-man rush by the Rams. Cobb's got plenty of time. And over the middle, he has got Ramirez just across midfield. On 1st and 10, it's picked off, thrown right to Levy. The defense gets their turnover. A big mistake from Mike Kopp. He just never saw one of the best linebackers in football. That is a Jesse Wagner-esque pick from like a couple years ago. He used to make those a lot. Trying to go for Childers, but instead the offense takes over just shy of midfield. Love this defense right now, man. They're playing extremely hard. Giving us a real chance to win this game and move to 8-4 on the season. From the 49, Wagner on the outside has McCoon for a first down. We're just in Douglas field goal range. This is Trey Bone on the outside. First down. From the 26. Good protection. That is a really tight throw. Gonna keep it through the air. Trainer turns upfield and has a first down inside the 10. And down to at the 5. First and goal, Los Angeles. The offensive line is playing much better than their last couple of games, but Wagner threw it right to Pleasant. Oh, man. And, yep, there's the Wagner pick. I mean, this Pleasant guy has now forced both turnovers. Artavis Pleasant. And that was just never going to be complete to McCoon. He was already in tight coverage. And that was double coverage, really. And we turn the ball over after a really promising drive. And the Vikings get it back. That better not come back to bite us. Half of the quarter left. And Cobb should have been picked again. Drummond just dropped it. That could have been a pick six, man. Instead, Childers hangs on for a gain of, I guess, 6. 3rd and 4 for Minnesota. Levy in the zone since that INT on their last drive. They flip the fields. And in the pistol, Cobb up the seam. He's got Marvin Mims. From the 42, quick throw right back to Childers. And Blake gets enough for the first down. Back to the air. Childers outside the numbers. 6 more. Trying to get inside the 40, and Childers, just like every other game against the Vikings, he's just having a huge game. Every single time that we face this team, he gets like 8 grabs for like 90 plus yards. He's on track for that here in this one. 1st and 10, Cop, incomplete. Broken up by Deontay Presley. And incomplete for Mims. I was talking about earlier how we've had some problems in pass coverage, forcing incompletions, but so far today doing a great job throughout the entire game doing just that. 3rd and 10. Cop. Wow, it was dropped. Ramirez was wide open for a 1st down. These receivers are making Mike Cop scratch his head. They have thrown the ball 34 times to 6 runs. The field goal makes it 17-6. A lucky break for our defense right there. About 90 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. And have we scored this half? I don't think we have. From the 21, go to protection, and Barnett's open. A crucial 3rd down. You go play fake. Wagner's got time, and he delivers a strike to McCoon. Up across our 45-yard line. Last play of the 3rd. Perry Kaysen up the guts. Gains 5. That will take us to the 4th quarter here in Week 12. We start the 4th quarter from their 49-yard line rather, and we got a 1st down to Joaquin Estes. We're in no man's land now. Kaysen trying to bounce it outside, but took too long to get out there. No gain. And it's a keeper for Wagner. Please don't fumble. He hangs on and gains 4. We're in field goal range now, but please do not call that again in a close game like this. Well, it's not, that close, but on a crucial drive like this, please don't make those kinds of calls. 3rd and 5, and McCollum's got enough inside the Vikings 25. From the Vikings 23, a deep drop back and floated and caught! Touchdown, David Jackson! What a throw, what a play call. What did I say earlier, man? If he throws a touch pass, it's going right to his receiver. Beautiful throw, right over the top, and a great route by Jackson just to go right by his defender. That's a big touchdown, and the PAT will make it a 24-6 ball game. Minnesota running out of time here in SoFi. 8:32 left to go in this game. That was almost intercepted by Frank Drummond. The number 2 passing offense in the league is having a really tough day here against this Rams secondary. And the front 7 for us have done a great job both against the run game and getting pressure on Cop. It's been a big part of why they have had some issues driving down the field all day long. That one is just out of reach from Dodson and caught by Jefferson. Pressure coming. Cop can't get it off. 13-yard loss. Quincy Basnight in pursuit. Our 3rd sack of the day. And it backs him up by a big handful. On the top of the screen, we got Darius Richards matched up on Jefferson. Long way to go on 2nd down. Cop flushed out again and sacked again. This time it's Brian Stewart. 3rd and 32. Now, is this 4-down territory for the Vikings? I'm not so sure. 3 straight sacks. 2 in a row for Brian Stewart. And we've got 5 total. 4th and 38, and they are forced to punt. What a possession by this Rams defense. Great job by the front four right there. Let's watch one more offensive drive. We start from the 44. Perry Kaysen sheds the tackle and gains 4 yards. Now it's Trey Bone up to the 50. We're showing run, and that is the call. Kaysen just churning those legs for a first down. Gonna keep running the football. Kaysen across the 40-yard line. In a 6. They ran the ball pretty damn well against a top 6 rush defense. Really, we have been dominant both on offense and defense, essentially all game long. Very impressed by this performance. Perry Kaysen will move the sticks, but now he's shaken up, which leaves one running back on the roster. And he was grabbing his ankle. Hopefully he's okay. On the 31, Trey Bone is going to get the carries the rest of the way, and I guess Barnett might get a couple as well if we do enough plays. 2nd and 7 from the 28-yard line. Gonna milk the clock now. Out of the warning. 3rd and 4. Who is this getting the carry? Wait, Blackshear. What did we just do? He's got a broken collarbone. He just came in and immediately got hurt and left. What is going on? He was not supposed to play. I am at a loss for words. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in this game. And I've seen a lot of weird stuff. The field goal's up and good, and the Rams are going to win. And the Rams come out on top 27-6. This team is, every week it is a different performance than the last game that we watched. But I will obviously take a win like that every day of the week. Great win. Jesse Wagner played pretty well besides the pick. We got to Mike Kopp throughout the entire game. 5 sacks, forced 1 pick, no touchdowns allowed by this defense. Perry Kaysen ran the ball very well. Hopefully he's not going to be hurt. David Jackson had 1 run and had a fumble on his first reception of the game. But he ends up hauling in that nice lofty touchdown. McCoon and McCollum both were pretty good. A much better day for the offense than our last game. Much more consistent. And how about this front 7, man? Forcing turnovers, getting sacks, and making life difficult for one of the best quarterbacks in the entire game. Our kicker, I think, has been perfect still through 12 games. The Rams moved to 8-4. All the hype coming in was around this duel between the two of the league's top quarterbacks, so you got to be happy that we came away with the win today. And that is a fact. +5 morale for quarterback Jesse Wagner. We do have another new injury, though. And Blackshear is now out for even longer. Are you kidding me? What the hell? We took out Trey Bone to bring in Blackshear, and we just re-aggravated the injury. He wasn't supposed to play. He wasn't in the depth chart at all. What is happening? I don't understand. Now he's out for 7 additional weeks when he missed the last 2. I've never seen this before. I've never seen that. That's absurd, man. He's going to miss the rest of the regular season. And that win does put our offense up to number 1 over Minnesota. Did you expect this offense to be number 1 in scoring after all that we've been through so far? I did not. But missing Blackshear is going to be really costly for us. He was playing so well when he was in. It sucks to pretty much have him lose out on Rookie of the Year because he probably could have won it if he would have played the entire season. But we do know on his player card that he does have injury concerns. His rating is only at 85. So with 85 toughness, it's going to happen more often than we actually want. So hopefully we can get some upgrades for him next year, and hopefully that will increase the injury for him. But The Seahawks did take down the Cardinals. The Niners also lost, so it is an 8-4 record for both us and Seattle, and they have the tiebreaker over us right now in this division. So we're still a wild card team, but we are 8-4, and we are the top wild card team as of right now in the 5 seed spots. It's going to wrap things up here in this one, folks. Thanks for watching as always. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and leave your feedback down below. That is our 3rd dominant win over a really good team this year, but we've also lost a couple of very questionable games. So we're 8-4, still fighting for this division lead, and we'll see what happens next time around. I will see you guys there. Take care, and peace out.